Welcome to another episode of Blind Kid Plays Fallout New Vegas. I'm Elliot the Blind Kid.
I am Jim the Seeing Eye Mutant.
And we're Roman soldiers on the moon.
Yes, but now we gotta talk to Yes Man, because we have the chip that he wanted.
Alright. Yes, man.
Hi again. Can I help you with something else?
I'm ready for you to join me at the Lucky 38.
Now that you mention it, like a
House is out of the
latte.
picture and you have the platinum chip? Wonderful. Let's go.
Any chance of making me a latte, yes, man?
Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Sometimes you live, sometimes you die.
Sometimes you get staked in the eye.
What the fuck are you shooting? Why are you shooting those guys?
I don't care. Who is he shooting?
The Securitrons for no reason.
What does it matter?
We're just gonna leave them down here to that fate.
Engaging target.
Oh, the Securitrons are...
This is big, huh? A very big moment. Here goes. I'll just take that platinum chip off your hands. Thanks. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
See you soon. Wow. Mr. House had quite a setup here. I can access his databanks and view telemetry on every Securitron on the network. Wait.
Sweet.
So, that's what the platinum chip does. Interesting. Mr. House had a whole demonstration planned for you. Just head downstairs to the lowest level to check it out. You'll see.
He had a whole demonstration planned for us. Too bad he's been eaten.
First things first. We're using a doctor's bag to heal those limbs. That
Step closer to the demonstration area, please. Okay, so you're familiar with Securitrons by now, obviously. I mean, some of your best friends are Securitrons, right? Our
Yes,
titanium
actually.
alloy housing does a good job of protecting our delicate electronic insides from small arms firing and shrapnel. Our left arm contains an X-25 Gatling laser, quite deadly against soft targets in medium range. That looks like fun. And for close-range suppression and crowd control, we have this handy-dandy 9mm submachine gun. Nice.
Crowd control.
All of this is old hat, right? Here is where it gets interesting. Turns out that those are our secondary weapons. All this time we've been running the Mark I operating system, which doesn't have drivers for our primary weapons. Imagine!
Okay.
Now watch this. I'm downloading the Mark II OS to all Securitrons on the network. Makes quite a difference.
Okay.
With the M235 missile launcher, we can engage ground and air targets at long range. And a rapid-fire G28 grenade launching system makes us deadly in close-range engagements. Woo! Look at that!
I want to be a Securitron.
The OS upgrade also includes drivers for our onboard auto repair systems. Just try to hurt us now. Altogether, this software upgrade confers a 235% increase in combat effectiveness per unit. New Vegas finally has soldiers worthy of protecting it. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration. You can come back up and see me or be on your way. I know you're a busy person.
So now we've equipped the Securitrons with artillery fire.
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea, actually. I wonder what they're going to use for crowd control.
We now have our...
Disturbance at the tops has been resolved. Do not be afraid to patronize the tops.
We now have our what?
We were...
We now have what?
We now have an army.
I want... Yay! Jesus fuck, always wanted an army.
But we destroyed most of them, so we only have the ones here.
Oh well, better than nothing, I guess. Aww. Oh well, we have some sort of army.
What's up? I think you're on the right track. The only way to ensure relative safety and independence for the people of New Vegas is to prevent others from taking control of the region. That means no NCR, no Mr. House, and no Legion.
Well, the house has already been dealt with.
See you around.
In the most evil way.
Lead the way.
Death by his own fucking tank.
I need to talk to you about something, if you have a minute.
What arcade? What?
Any day now? Caesar's going to try to march across Hoover Dam and kick NCR out of the Mojave. We're getting caught up in something important out here. Hell, after how you handled Benny, you're practically right in the middle of all this. I know I'm just along for the ride, but it's made me think about the past and how I might be able to help out.
Tell me, Mr. Gannon.
What are you talking about?
I wasn't always with the followers, or with the NCR. My late father was an officer in a group called the Enclave, a remnant of America's pre-war government. Memories being short around here, not a whole lot of people remember them. But they did bad things. Terrorized communities, kidnapped people. Eventually someone stopped them. I was born a few years later at a military base on the coast, a place called Navarro.
I know where that is. Eddie wanted to go there.
Yes. Where did the Enclave go?
Yes.
A lot of different places. I only know what I was told. Some of them were cut down by the NCR and the Brotherhood. Some of them went east. My mother never told me what happened to my father, but she and I went south with some others and integrated into the NCR. When the NCR learned that Enclave personnel had integrated, we kept moving to the fringes. It's one of the reasons why I wound up out here.
Ah.
What happened at Navarro?
Yes.
After the Enclave's command structure fell apart, it was only a matter of time before Navarro was overrun by NCR forces. My mother and I left with some of the troopers from my father's old unit, the same people I've kept in contact with over the years. Anyone who didn't get out was killed by the NCR. Even some of the ones who escaped were eventually hunted down by the Brotherhood of Steel.
Huh.
The Enclave did a lot of bad things, but there were good people at Navarro. Good people with a lot of experience. Not many of them are alive anymore, but I think they can make a difference in the fight against Caesar.
Okay.
Say no more, I'll do it.
Okay.
Great. I'd like you to talk to the old-timers, the remnants. I don't think I can convince them by myself. To them, I'm still a kid. But you're a big part of what's happening out here. When you talk to them, they'll understand how important this all is. I've kept in contact with them over the years, so I know where you can find them. But I doubt they'll open up to you unless I come along. I know I'm not always the most serious guy around, but this means a lot to me. Thanks.
Well. Yay. Finally unlocked arcades.
Yeah, it only took how long?
You spent 50 minutes that one night trying to. I was like, look, let's just do it. And he spent 50 minutes trying to unlock his fucking quest. The things we do off camera.
Mm-hmm. It was actually a story event that triggered it, and I didn't want to do that yet.
Whatever.
At any rate, we got the quest finally. Now we get to meet his old buddies.
Great. Then can we get rid of him?
We could have some fun with him.
Okay, and we can get our friend back.
Yes.
He hasn't seen us in like years.
Prim has a new sheriff. That should keep the powder gangers away.
We're gonna talk to Judah Krieger here.
Okay, let's talk.
You don't strike me as someone down on their luck. What brings you to West Side?
Arcade asked me to find you. I'm gathering the remnants.
Yes.
Hello, Arcade. Making some new friends, are you? Why the need for a bunch of old war horses like us?
You'll be the element of surprise.
Yes.
Swooping in on a vertibird, guns blazing? Haven't done that in years, but all right, I'm in. None of this means a thing if the rest of the group doesn't show up, though. Oh, and you'll need my part of the passphrase to get into the bunker. Navarro.
Tell me about the old days of the Enclave.
Yes.
I miss those days sometimes. We all had a purpose, you know? I admit that some of the folks in charge were pretty ruthless. The rest of us, though, we were just trying to civilize things. The NCR was still new, and it didn't look like they'd last all that long. Then we lost the oil rig, and shortly after that, the base at Navarro. Nobody left except us remnants.
It's basically the NCR is trying to massacre them because...
Yeah. They did a lot of shit. And you'll find out more about the Enclave because there's still a huge chunk that exists in Fallout 3.
Which we're going to play later, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows?
Internal sabotage took down the oil rig. Never did get the full story. The NCR took out Navarro, saying we posed a threat to the region.
I'd like to know more about your former squad.
Yes.
I was the officer in charge, and Johnson and Moreno were my heavy hitters. Henry handled tech things, and Whitman flew the chopper. Johnson and Moreno never got along, and I had my hands full keeping those two apart some days. It was a difference in philosophy, mostly. Mercy was not part of Moreno's vocabulary.
Show no mercy.
Uh-huh.
Judah Krieger is the glue that's kept us all together over the years, and with good reason. Anyone who can command Moreno and Johnson in the same unit without somebody getting fragged is one hell of a leader. Krieger was polite and kind, but never warm. He always did his best to make me feel welcome in the group. I think he did it out of a sense of loyalty to my father. Loyalty means a lot to Judah. Not loyalty to the Enclave, or even the ideals they fought for, but to the people who served with him.
Arcade, you know I'm right here. I can hear every...
Yeah. They're loyal to you, too. Or, that's their story, Arcade, not yours.
They're loyal to you, too. Let's be nice to them.
Sometimes I wonder how much of my father they see in me. They went through a lot together, but my family went through it, too. I'm glad they've watched out for me all these years. Maybe someday I can return the favor.
I don't know. Jim seems to have plans for you.
Yes.
So these guys live pretty openly, though.
They don't let people know who they used to work for, but they're here. Let's go up to Jacobstown.
Jacobstown.
Hi, Marcus.
Ooh. Are we gonna see? Wait, when they say Henry,
Yes.
you don't mean that? So he does know Dr. Henry. Fuck, you said he didn't.
Who?
Arcade, when we
Oh,
traveled.
I was trying to keep that a surprise.
Oh, fuck you then. You're just a lying bastard. That's all you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, Henry. You mean
Is
Dr.
there something
Henry?
else I can do for you?
Arcade Gannon has asked me to gather all the former members of the Enclave.
Yes.
I'm intrigued, so I'll go to this reunion. I'll be handing things over to Calamity, so talk to her if anything comes up. Oh, you'll need my
Calamity?
word from the passphrase to get into the bunker. Friends. Don't forget it.
Friends.
How goes your research for the Nightkin cure?
Yes.
Promising, but I won't be able to synthesize the drug anytime soon. I really should get back to my work.
We should help them for the Nightkin cure. Just because.
Yes.
Doc Henry always was a hard one to figure out. It didn't seem to matter whether he was working with humans or dogs. He had an equal lack of affection for both. A regular Diogenes. I'm not sure what the man was after. Knowledge is power, but to what end for Henry, I have no idea. The problem was what mattered to him, not its practical impact. He simply solved riddles because they existed.
You realize we were just there and you could have said this then, right?
Yeah. His work was what mattered to him, or it seems pointless to do all that without a goal.
His work is what mattered to him. That's what it is.
Not everyone dreams of being a revolutionary, I suppose. Maybe we can't all change the world. Maybe it's enough just to do good for the short time that we're here. No one's going to sing Doc Henry's praises when he's gone. But he's probably saved more lives than I ever will.
Or maybe we should not worry about changing the world and just have fun blowing shit up.
Yay.
Jesus fucks becomes surprisingly wise for a sub-break.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're learning and we're finding people.
Onward to Novak.
Novak. Hello, Cliff Briscoe and Nobark. Well, we're not going to see you. I know who we're going to see.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't look it up. I just, deduction.
Yeah.
Daisy Whitman.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna wake her up out of bed.
Mark my words. Won't be long. Fine weather for flying. It's times like these that make me miss it all.
Arcade asked me to find you.
Yes.
Told you everything about us, did he? Well, it's been a while since I've had my hands on the controls of a vertibird. There's a chance I could crash us in the middle of Lake Mead. That place seems to attract aircraft for some reason. But if I get one more chance to fly, count me in. I'll be there. My part of the passphrase is dear.
Navarro friend dear.
Did you like flying for the Enclave?
Yes.
I was never happier than when I was in the cockpit. I was able to go just about anywhere and everywhere, limited only by the fuel I could carry. There were more than a few missions where I took the scenic route home just so I could stay in the air. Caught hell for it every time, but worth it. Some of the things we did were questionable, I know. That's just how it was back then. Figure I've done enough good to make up for any sins, anyhow.
Yes.
Watch your six out there.
What do you have to say, Arcade?
Since my mother died, Daisy's been the only woman in my life. She was the only other woman close to my father, too. She flew him out on over a dozen missions, including his last. I've always been close to Daisy. There have been some good men along the way, but lovers make poor confidants. Daisy never had children of her own, so she was always there to listen. Being in the Enclave didn't mean much to her. She just loved to fly. It broke her heart to be grounded.
I can respect that, honestly.
As screwed up as it sounds, at least she was a part of something. Granted, it was something admittedly pretty bad, but it was something. If you spent the first half of your life flying Enclave troopers in a vertibird, I suppose picking over pre-war rocket parts doesn't quite compare.
I can respect that. All she wants to do is fly.
I can respect that too.
So the Enclave sounds like a bunch of nice people.
Well, the entire faction is like fascist as fuck.
Yes,
Hitler
so
on steroids.
Okay, so basically, Screwdriver, Ian Stewart would like them.
We're now entering a cave.
Into the cave. Hello, caveman.
There's a bear trap right here. And a man standing by a fire.
Hello, man.
Prim has a new sheriff. Well, it's about damn time. What took you? Oh.
Oh?
Oh.
I've been in the Reaper's shadow for a long time now, and I thought he'd finally showed up to collect. He's just mocking me now.
He thought we were the Grim Reaper. I like it.
How much money do you owe this Reaper guy?
Yes.
What? I was talking about death, kid. Guess that one went right over your head, didn't it? Old Sergeant Dornan would have had a field day with you.
No, I got it. Jesus fuck didn't.
Yeah. Who's Sergeant Dornan?
Yes.
He was a drill instructor I knew. He was also the meanest bastard I've ever known. Once he caught this private out of uniform, and old Dornan went off on the most ear-blistering rant known to man. It was inspiring.
that must have been awesome. Full Metal Jacket, eat your heart out.
Yeah. Arcade asked me to gather all the remaining members.
Yeah.
Thought I recognized the fellow with you. So what's this reunion all about then?
Well, they're gonna go to a coffee shop and reminisce about the old. We're gonna fight, doofus.
You guys have big guns and are good at fighting.
Yes.
Well, now there's an interesting idea. Do a bit of good before we're all dead and forgotten. You can count me in. Oh, and in case Arcade forgot to mention it, there's a 5-word passphrase needed to get into the bunker. My word is old. Appropriate, huh?
So which one is that?
If I had to pick anyone who didn't
Cannibal
belong in the
Johnson.
Enclave, it would definitely be Johnson. He hated what the Enclave was doing. Day to day, week to week, he would question orders, subvert mission objectives, do anything he could to serve without serving. It's amazing he was never court-martialed. He always had good things to say about my father. Said I was like him in a lot of ways. I wish I knew.
Okay.
Why worry about it? You don't have to be your father, or I'm sure your father would be proud of you.
I'm sure your father would be proud of you.
I wonder if he would. It's pointless, I know, but sometimes I wonder what he wanted me to be. Maybe being a doctor in the middle of Nevada wasn't exactly what he had in mind for his little boy.
Christ, that was loud.
What brings you around this time?
So does he like
What do you
Kent
wanna
Johnson
know?
or not?
So, are you a cannibal? It's okay
Yes.
to tell me.
Ha! I'm not saying. It's part of my mystique, after all.
Come on.
The truth of it is that I did cut out a raider's heart, but only took a bite to mess with his buddies. They had me surrounded, and I went with the first thing that came to mind. Some ran, and the rest were startled just long enough.
He took a bite out of a raider's heart just to fuck with people.
Yes, that's respectable, is it not?
Yes.
You live out here by yourself.
Yes.
Sure do. Had a wife for a while. Tribal girl, really pretty eyes. But she's been gone a long time now.
Oh.
Well, ain't like I've got places to be.
What did you do when you were with the Enclave?
Yes.
Squad marksman. I'm pretty proud of the fact that I never killed a single soul who wasn't trying to kill me or one of my team first.
You make it sound like avoiding innocent deaths was uncommon in the Enclave.
Yes.
I'm sorry to say that it was. Civilian casualties was acceptable and sometimes encouraged. My former squad mate Moreno didn't need encouraging. Moreno and I might have killed each other if Captain Krieger hadn't been there to pull us apart.
Okay.
Be seeing you. Maybe.
I want to meet this Moreno.
Kind of figured you would, and we're about to.
I like someone who kill. So it sounds like what you did, wiping out a whole block because it looked at you funny, or tried to kill one person, you wiped out a building or something.
The building looked at me funny, so I wiped out the entire city block.
I think Moreno would appreciate that.
It looked kind of like this afterwards, just a huge shell of a ruined building with rubble everywhere.
And your friends were like, what the fuck did you do?
Just running down fucking...
I like this post-apocalyptic world.
Yes.
Not everyone's a complete savage.
But then there's Moreno.
Looks like I forgot to lock the doors again. If you're with the NCR, get out. This place is mine, and I'm not leaving.
Good, I like that attitude already.
Do you have something against the NCR?
Yes.
Oh, like you wouldn't believe. The NCR makes a habit out of wrecking homes. I came out here to get away from them. Didn't work out so well. Next thing I know, I'm squatting in their land. Never mind that I already been living here for years.
Yeah, I like this guy.
Yay.
Been a while, Arcade. So, what's the point of all this? Can't find any younger mercenaries?
No, we can't. I mean...
There isn't anyone else around with your equipment and expertise.
Yes.
You can thank the NCR for that one. Wait, this isn't on behalf of the NCR, is it?
No.
I was hoping you'd want to take down the NCR since that's the plan.
Yeah, yes.
All right, then. I'll show up at this gathering of yours. It might be good to see the others. Johnson excluded. Arcade might have mentioned there's a passphrase needed to get into the bunker. My part is remember.
Okay, thank you.
What did you do when you were with the Enclave?
Yes.
Heavy weapons trooper. Nothing better than hosing down a target with an excess of bullets and laser fire. By the time I got through with things, not much was left standing. Any morons who didn't run when they saw me coming got what they deserved. Back then, it was war. If we'd been on the winning side, I'd be called a hero.
Jim, I think we met another Swine brother.
What's up? Moreno took the fall of the Enclave hard. He never questioned his orders, never questioned the legitimacy of what the Enclave was doing. To him, it was all one unbroken chain, from Washington to Richardson. When we left Navarro, I remember looking up at Moreno. He said, "Kiss America goodbye, boys." When we left the Enclave behind, the love in him burned itself out. Now there's just a bitter old man left.
Don't be too hard on him, it's part of who he is, or a man should know when to let go.
Don't be too hard on him, it's part of who he is.
I suppose you're right. When you're part of something for that long, maybe it's impossible to let go without losing part of yourself. Moreno may be a stubborn son of a bitch, but at least he's loyal.
I like his thing though.
What's up?
You know, he strikes me as a person who would like nuke at close range.
Oh, I thought my charm could win you over, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. You sure you want me to go?
Okay, what?
Back to the tomb, I suppose. If you need me,
Where-
etc.
Where are we letting him go?
We're sending him back to the Lucky 38.
Why is that?
So that we can complete this mission and recruit him afterwards. Because I have other plans for him.
Okay.
So remember all that good guy shit he wanted you to do?
Yeah.
Didn't that piss you off?
Yeah, actually it did. And he's pretentious.
Yes.
We're
now inside the Remnant's bunker.
Okay.
Dear old friends, remember Navarro's the password.
Yes, it is.
Oh, this place is nice and high-tech looking. We're down below, opening this door. They have a vertibird, which is like, fuck. It's like a Harrier-style fucking helicopter. Fuck. It's got giant gun on it, just waiting to pivot around, fucking nail people.
The Harrier's been one of my favorite planes ever since I was 2. And I love helicopters. So let's combine the two.
They have a bunch of suits of fucking power armor here.
Nice. Any better than ours?
They're nice, but we can't take them. They're all shielded off.
So are we going to help these people or kill them?
That's up to you.
I like these people. Besides, they have something that looks like I would like have an orgasm.
Robots on the strip
yeah.
Around with different pieces or something. Don't act. Glad to see you made it here all right. So, who are we going up against?
I want you to help NCR hold on to the dam, or help the Legion take over the dam.
Would any of them, I mean, are they going to turn hostile if I say Legion?
No.
Okay.
These people hate the NCR and Legion equally. But one guy's just not going to be there. That if you tell him Legion. The other guy, if you tell him go NCR, the other guy's going to leave, but you could talk him back into it.
Which one would you do?
Let's go with Legion.
Okay.
Well, now, an opportunity for payback after all these years. Johnson won't go along with it, though. He actually likes the NCR.
What the Oh, John. Well, I mean, yeah, he cannibal, but I like Moreno more.
Yeah.
Since Johnson won't be needing his power armor, I've decided to let you have it. You'll need training in how to use it, so talk to Moreno about it. Yes, because I don't know.
Sorry, Cannibal Johnson.
Since Johnson won't be coming with us, you might as well take his suit of power armor. I'll teach you the basics of how to use it.
They
Thank
say
you.
the Kings got massacred. Who's going to watch over Freeside now?
What are you talking
No
to
one.
me for? Talk to Krieger.
We'll be ready. Don't worry. I'm not sure helping the Legion is the right idea, but I'm going along with it.
I heard the Legion doesn't care for women. But as long as they stay out of my way, I'll get along just fine with them.
Amen.
They say I'm not helping the Legion no matter how much you talk them up. I will help my friends prepare, but that's it.
Well, at least it'll help them prepare.
Yeah.
And Moreno's going, so, you know. I don't think Arcade would have liked what we just did.
Nah, he wouldn't.
Because I could see, I mean, I could have seen both sides. Okay, Legion, whatever. I'm sorry you chickened out, Cannibal.
That's fine.
we meet back up with Arcade. So what'd you do while I was gone? Oh, we convinced your friends to help the Legion. You did what?
You're a psychopath.
No shit.
If he would have come with us, that's what he would have said if we did that.
Oh, he should have come with us.
And we're just going to kill this mantis because they're not letting us fast travel.
He should have come with us. I like I like to hear outrageous quotes.
Oh, you're gonna hear outrage.
Okay.
Because I remember how pissed off you were.
God, he's so pretentious. I like in your descriptions everything was against him.
Well, that's because you were against him, and yeah, he does annoy me.
Yeah, so fuck him. The only companions who've lived are Raoul and Grandma.
Mm-hmm. Arcade's still here. But you've told me how much he has pissed you off.
So what are we going to do with him?
You will see.
Will it
First,
be
we gotta go recruit him. We gotta go back to Lucky 38. Securitrons went from having a cop face to having a military guy face. Smoking a cigar of all things.
That's awesome. Smoking cigars are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? What's up?
We made your friends join the Legion.
Back in your good graces again?
You weren't out of... I mean...
We're fine with this. He doesn't know what we told him because we sent him back here.
Oh, if only he knew. They're so desperate for revenge, they're willing to side with the Legion. Like the Great Khans, except for we talked them into it, rather than talking them out of it.
But you wanted to spend just quick time with him.
Wait a second. What's going on? Am I playing Virgil to your Dante? I'd like to assume that we're tiptoeing into the mouth of hell out of academic curiosity, but I'm not so open-minded that I've lost my brains.
What are you talking about?
He is pissed off that we're at Caesar's camp because he came again.
Okay.
I just want to hear... Let's just listen to him, figure out what he's up to, and get out.
Yes.
Short of canceling our imminent travel plans, that's the best thing you could have said. Just be careful. If we travel at Caesar's pleasure, he may not let us out as easily as he lets us in.
Our way. True to Caesar.
I'm not afraid of Caesar.
True to Caesar.
Because you don't understand, Arcade. We massacred legions.
Mm-hmm.
And then nuked them for good measure. See, if I was Caesar, I wouldn't forgive him like that. Even if I'd be like, yeah, you crossed the line when you nuked us.
Yeah, I don't think I could use you anymore. I think you're just out to kill us all.
Yeah. I like that. I'm going to have you killed. Just fucking with you.
Find out more about the White Glove Society by talking to Marjorie.
Okay, you know what? We have to kill them. I'm tired of this.
Our way.
I am tired of this. Yes.
Yeah, true to Kaiser.
Mm-hmm. True to Kaiser.
It's funny that I spent this whole game hating the Legion, and then when I finally met Kaiser, I can respect that. You're right, he does remind me of, well, I never knew your Nazi friends, but he reminds me of...
Just don't be gone long.
Nazis I knew.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do?
We're back at Caesar's camp, obviously.
Duh.
Let's go see what he wants now that we've done what he wanted and blew things up and even got more people to fight for him.
Yes. Hopefully those people won't like be enslaved. Well, they won't be, because considering we're going to...
They'll fucking just level everything. They have the weapons of doom.
Quite beautiful.
Yes, We have the boomers and the fucking
I felt the
those
ground
guys.
shake a while ago. I'll take that as a sign you've got the job done. There are rewards for doing as I command. Today, your reward is vengeance. You get to decide how Benny dies. Go to Benny. Let him know what you've decided. My Praetorians will perform the execution, unless you want to perform it yourself.
Oh my god. I have an idea, Jim.
Say thank you.
Say thank you.
Consider it the first of many bestowments.
We are now accepted by Caesar's Legion.
I know what to do. Let's go to Benny.
Hello, Benny.
So,
Sorry,
baby, what did you find down there?
I'm so damn excited.
There were hundreds of Securitrons down there until I blew them up.
Yes.
What? How could you do that? You loser! You had Vegas in the palm of your hand and you threw it away?
I don't care about Vegas. I just wanted to blow them up.
I have to decide what happens to you now.
I see. And how's that going to happen?
Do you wish to fight in the arena fair and square?
No.
Kill him right here and right now?
No.
Or to crucify him for your own amusement? It literally says, you'll be crucified for my amusement.
Hang on a second. I will crucify him.
Don't do that, baby. Not crucifixion. I could be up there for days with those twisted creeps laughing and pointing.
This is seriously happening?
Pass the time thinking over your mistakes. Final decision.
Yes.
And yes, this is happening.
You sick, vindictive fuck!
You shot me, Benny. You knew this was coming.
The new slave girls are...
I don't know where they put them.
See, if my old me was all peaceful, this is what you created.
Yes, this is what he created by putting a bullet in your head and braining your damage.
I'm looking forward to getting sent across the river.
Yeah, Benny.
I'm sure you found Benny's demise pleasing. The destruction of an enemy? There are few things more satisfying. With Mr. House out of the way, I can focus on smoothing out a few lingering complications elsewhere in the Mojave. First up are the boomers of Nellis Air Force Base. A tribe so reclusive, it lobs artillery shells at anyone who comes near their settlement. I want you to offer them an alliance with my Legion. My terms are simple. Target their guns against the NCR side of the dam when I assault it, and they can keep their freedom. If you find they aren't amenable to this offer, destroy them.
We're not going to destroy them, by the way.
Good. Your first challenge will be to reach their settlement without getting blown up. After that, it should be easy.
You gotta find Benny, though.
It is a great honor for anyone outside the Legion to get an audience with Kaiser.
Is there anything you need me to do?
Yes.
We recently obtained an artillery weapon, but we don't have the part or the skill to fix it.
Ooh, I want to help them fix artillery.
I'll see what I can do.
The tribe calling themselves the Boomers is obsessed with such weapons, I've been told. You could probably find a spare firing mechanism there. Wale.
Would you like to talk with Caesar for right now?
Sure.
I've read Mr. House's obituary. Had a high opinion of himself, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
What did you want to know?
Everything. That's a low-flying aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, there was an aircraft up outside my windows, quite loud.
Yeah. Are your bodyguards special in any way?
Yes.
My Praetorians embody the martial ideals of my legion. Each one of them has done enough conquering and killing to deserve the rank of Centurion. Instead, I invited them to join my guard. So the invitee chooses whichever current guard he thinks is weakest and challenges him. The fight is to the death. It keeps them from getting complacent.
I love this. He's just kill, 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 kill.
Mm-hmm. How long has Lucius been the head of your Praetorians?
Yes.
Lucius has been the head of my guard for 5 years now. He was a subordinate guard for 8 before that. No invitee has dared to challenge him yet. Maybe it's an issue of respect. He is getting on in years.
Oh my god.
What else did you want to know?
I've heard rumors about your legate, Lanius. What's his story?
Yes.
Linnaeus is the greatest of my battlefield commanders. Some might call him a great man, but I'm not sure he qualifies. Once, he was the greatest warrior of the Hydebarks, a tribe of the Arizona. Maniacal in battle. Sometimes he'd ambush Legion patrols by himself. When after several months we found and surrounded the Hydebarks camp, their chieftain raised a banner of surrender. The warrior, who was not yet Linnaeus, went insane with rage. He struck down his chieftain and attacked his own tribe.
Wow.
He killed 15 before they brought him down. He didn't die, obviously. I had him tended to. He was maimed, most of his face torn off. It was days before he regained consciousness. When he did, I went to his bedside and showed him the helmet I'd had forged to cover his face. I said he could have it if he'd fight for me. He accepted, on condition that he be allowed to kill the surviving males of his tribe. I said, make it the adult males, and you have a deal.
Oh. Sounds like a lovely person.
Linnaeus is savage. Savagely loyal, too, but only to me. He has no love for my legion. But this has its uses. He has no attachment to his men, no compunction about battlefield losses. All he cares about is destroying the enemy. When another legatus or a centurion fails to achieve results, I send Linnaeus to make things right. His first step is to beat the failed commander to death in front of his assembled troops. Then he orders the ritual of decimatio.
Ooh.
It means decimation. But in ancient Rome, the word had a very specific meaning. A punishment for cowardice. The legionaries are lined up in ranks. Every 10th man steps forward and is beaten to death by his brothers. It instills a certain robust obedience.
That's savage.
Yes. This time my legionaries will be more frightened of the commander behind them than the enemy before them. There will be no failure this time, no retreat, no years of gathering slaves and resources for another assault. With Linnaeus to drive the legion forward, the dam will be taken. It will be our bridgehead across the Colorado.
Why did the Legion lose the first battle?
Yes.
It's not going to happen again. That's all I have to say about it.
I've heard the commander of the first battle called the Burned Man.
Yes.
And I've heard it's a bad idea to tempt the wrath of Caesar. Change the subject. What else did you want to know?
By the way, we met him. Kind of annoying.
What do you think of the NCR?
Yes.
Do you want my opinion as a former citizen or future conqueror? Actually, my opinion's the same either way. As a young man, I was taught to venerate President Tandy of Shady Sands, the founding mother of the new California Republic. Did you know her presidency lasted 52 years? And that her father, Aradesh, was the Republic's first president? Does that sound like a democracy to you?
No.
or a hereditary dictatorship.
Sounds like North Korea.
Because the council didn't dare oppose her. She was too popular. She had the people's love. So things ran smoothly, more or less. And as soon as she was gone, as soon as there really could be democracy, what happened then? Ever since losing its queen, the NCR has been weaker, more diffuse. Democracy has been its weakness, not its strength.
Okay, then.
Greed runs rampant. The government is corrupt, accepting bribes from Brahmin barons and landowners to the detriment of citizens. The NCR is a loose conglomerate of individuals looking out for themselves. It's lost virtue. No one cares about the collective, the greater good. It's not built to last. I'm just hastening the inevitable.
Not for long, but hey.
Of course. The most powerful my legion has faced. Also the first to which I am ideologically opposed. Until now, every tribe I've conquered has been so backwards and stunted. Enslavement has been a gift bestowed upon them. My conquest of the Mojave will be a glorious triumph, marking the transition of the Legion from a basically nomadic tribe to a genuine empire. Just as my namesake campaigned in Gaul before he crossed the Rubicon, so have I campaigned and will cross the Colorado.
Now, Caesar, I hate to bring this up. You do know that your namesake was assassinated, right?
Mm-hmm. What else did
that's,
you want to know?
I mean, it'd be kind of like I'm modeling my presidency after Abraham Lincoln. Oh, you know how that ended, right?
How did you capture Benny?
Benny.
I'll hand it to that piece of shit. He was determined. He used some kind of old-world stealth device to get across the river in a Legion boat. Seems the device ran out of juice once he got here, but he was dressed like a legionary. He was caught just outside the weather station. See, thing is, he didn't change his hairstyle. To go to all that effort and fail because you're too vain to mush your hair. He was brought before me along with the platinum chip. That's how I knew he wasn't some kind of profligate infiltrator. Benny tried to sell me a story, but Lucius has a way of coaxing the truth out of captives. Everything just comes spilling out.
Oh, that's fucking pathetic. We have to find Benny somehow.
What else did you want to know?
And watch him rot.
Yes.
The boomers settled at the old air base northeast of Vegas many years ago. No one knows exactly how long it's been. It may be that no one's traded with them or even spoken to them that entire time. If so, they're sitting on one hell of a stockpile of ammunition. My scouts have seen people moving around the base. The perimeter's guarded, with spotters and towers directing the artillery fire. They must have extraordinary vision. Some of my scouts were targeted at extreme distances. So no, I can't tell you what to expect inside the base. No one's been inside it, except them.
And me.
What else did you want to know?
What did you know about Mr. House?
Robert House.
I know he's dead. I know he's no longer a factor. That's all I need to know. Losers don't matter in the history books. He's a fucking footnote.
I like that attitude.
He's a fucking footnote.
What else did you want to know?
I love that attitude. All his accomplishments. Footnote. Fuck you.
What role will the regional powers play in the conflict?
Yes.
I've analyzed the region's tribe to determine how they might be useful. I may tell you more at a later time, if it suits me.
Okay.
What else did you want to know?
How did you rise to power?
Yeah.
Ironically, I was born a profligate myself, a citizen of the NCR. My family lived not far from the Great Boneyard. After raiders killed my father, my mother sought the followers' protection. I was 2 years old. She found work at their library, cooking and cleaning. I learned how to read, and soon I was taking courses, free of charge.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Raised in that tradition. And the teaching stuck. I was taught it was my responsibility to bring the torch of knowledge to the waste. I may have taken the torch part more literally than they intended.
What changed you from a follower to a dictator?
Dictator.
When I was 20, the followers sent me east to Grand Canyon. It was my first expedition. Just me and a physician named Calhoun. As an anthropologist and linguist, my assignment was to learn the dialects of the Grand Canyon tribes. What a fucking waste of time. If you think it's worthwhile to make smart people learn how to talk like backward savages, you're a follower of the apocalypse, or an idiot. Anyway, we met up with a Mormon missionary who already knew a bunch of dialects, Joshua Graham. He was supposed to teach me, but before that went too far, the Blackfoot tribe captured us to hold us for ransom. They were a backward bunch, but the real problem was they didn't know how to fight.
I like his bluntness.
I know. What was wrong with the Blackfoot?
Blackfoot.
The Blackfoot were at war with 7 other tribes, each just as pissant as they were. But outnumbered like that, they weren't going to last long. It's one thing to be taken hostage, another to be lashed to a sinking ship. So over Calhoun's objections, I decided to take certain steps.
Okay.
I taught them how to use the guns they already had, how to strip and clean them, how to breathe when pulling a trigger, how to reload ammunition. They looked at me like I was some kind of a sorcerer. So I taught them how to make explosives and started drilling them on small unit tactics. If there's anything I learned as a follower of the apocalypse, it's that there's a lot of good information in old books.
Okay.
Divide et impera, divide and conquer. I led the Blackfoot against the Ridgers, their weakest enemy. When they refused to surrender, I ordered every man, woman, and child killed. When next we surrounded the Kaibabs, and they likewise refused, I took one of their envoys to the Ridgers' village and showed him the corpse piles. This was new for the tribes, you see. They played at war, raiding each other, a little rape and pillage here, a little ransoming there. I showed them total warfare. Like I said, there's a lot you can learn from old books. Kaibabs joined me, and the Fredonians after that. All the pissant tribes with names that should be forgotten. I knew from the start I'd need to eradicate this plague of tribal identities, replacing them with a monolithic culture, a uniform identity. So that's what I did once my confederation of tribes was large enough. I crowned myself Caesar and created a single great tribe, my legion. I sent Calhoun, the follower captured with me, back west with a message that I should not be interfered with. Joshua Graham, the Mormon interpreter, stayed with me and served as my first legatus.
See, that's the part I don't like, his whole sanctimonious monolithic tribe shit.
Yeah, but he is making a safe space.
Which is bad.
Yes.
That's right. Decades of warfare, absorbing lesser tribes, gathering power, forging the dross into a vast, razor-sharp scythe. My legion's expansion has never ceased. Much of the Utah and Colorado and all of Arizona and New Mexico are mine. We have cities of our own, but nothing compared to Vegas. Finally, my legion will have its Rome.
No, you won't. By the way, you should probably read The Fall of Rome, and, you know.
Why is Caesar's legion so strange?
Strange.
I used Imperial Rome as the model for my legion precisely because it was so foreign, so alien. I'd seen what had become of the NCR's attempts to emulate the culture of pre-war America, the infighting, the corruption. Rome was a highly militarized autocracy that effectively integrated the foreign cultures it conquered. It dedicated its citizens to something higher than themselves, to the idea of Rome itself. In Rome, I found a template for a society equal to the challenges of the post-apocalyptic world. A society that could and would survive. A society that could prevent mankind from fracturing and destroying itself in this new world by establishing a new Pax Romana.
You do know how the whole Roman thing ended, right?
It means a nationalist, imperialist, totalitarian, homogenous culture that obliterates the identity of every group it conquers. Long-term stability at all cost. The individual has no value beyond his utility to the state, whether as an instrument of war or production.
That doesn't sound like something I can get into, actually.
So you'll destroy the NCR because you hate its inefficiencies.
Yes.
No. I'll destroy it because it's inevitable that it be destroyed. It's Hegelian dialectics, not personal animosity.
That's actually... It probably will fall apart due to infighting, but still...
Hegelian dialectics? What are those?
Oh, come on.
How do I put this basically enough? It's a philosophical theory, the kind you might encounter if you took time to read some books. The fundamental premise is to envision history as a sequence of dialectical conflicts. Each dialectic begins with a proposition, a thesis, which inherently contains or creates its opposite, an antithesis. Thesis and antithesis. The conflict is inevitable, but the resolution of the conflict yields something new, a synthesis, eliminating the flaws in each, leaving behind common elements and ideas.
Yeah, I understood this because I briefly considered myself a philosopher about 3 years ago until I realized that my philosophy was I like chaos and killing people.
Mm-hmm. So what's dialectic about you and the NCR?
It's kind of simple, actually, but okay.
The bombs wiped the slate clean. Human civilization descended to a level of ignorance that effectively set our cultural progress back to zero. The NCR has all the problems of the ancient Roman Republic. Extreme bureaucracy, corruption, extensive senatorial infighting. Just as with the ancient Republic, it is natural that a military force should conquer and transform the NCR into a military dictatorship. Thesis and antithesis. The Colorado River is my Rubicon. The NCR Council will be eradicated, but the new synthesis will change the Legion as well. From a basically nomadic army to a standing military force that protects its citizens and the power of its dictator.
Right. I don't mean to keep on harping on this,
want to know?
But A, your namesake was assassinated, and your great power. Well, I mean, Rome is a city in Italy now. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is that? I know.
I'm just saying you're a failure.
It's called an autodoc. As the name suggests, it's an automated physician, more or less. He can treat broken bones, cuts, punctures, scrapes. Sometimes I bestow its use upon someone I favor. Makes for a powerful gift in a culture that forbids painkillers and is largely ignorant of medical science.
Wait, I thought the Legion hated technology.
Come back when you have news about the boomers.
Okay.
Let's find Benny. I mean, he seems like someone who fell in love with an idea, like, let's say, a book or but didn't read the end of the book.
High possibility, yes.
Because
lead the way.
I've studied ancient Rome before.
Those are the standards. Where the hell do we got the fucking...
What are we looking for now?
We are looking for the Bernard.
Yes. The Bernard. Oh, I want to be amused. So, Arcade, what do you think of that little talking to? Or, wait, you weren't there. Well, here's what he said.
Let's see.
Kind of awesome,
Is he
that
down here?
Got to talk to him, though.
Tense standards. Okay. So he's not there. I saw no crosses. You want to find the Benny? We'll see.
Yes,
if we
I do.
Can. If he still exists, or if they just made him disappear in the code, it would be awesome if they put him up on a cross out front here.
That would suck if they made him disappear. That all their plans for fucking...
Well, he was crucified.
Girls are quite beautiful.
Of that, there is no doubt.
Yeah, but I want to see him. I want to laugh.
We all want to laugh. Oh, here he is.
Hi, Benny.
Happy now, you twisted bum? Well, I ain't gonna give you the satisfaction.
Yes, you are.
Damn, will ya? I got nothing to say to you. I got nothing to say to you.
Fuck you, Benny.
And Arcade's just looking up at him like, holy shit.
What did you do to him? Take a picture.
A sec, let's go get down here. Have a nice family photo.
You can post it on the Facebook page. I saw you posted a lot of photos. I like those. Benny's Jesus.
And this is where we're going to call this one.
Bye.